Well, hello everybody. This is Fred Shreds and Squeaky Chair here again. Wait, there you go. I'm gonna teach you how to play that little pentatonic scale that everybody learns at the beginning. Meanwhile, I'm gonna just activate something, so hold a second. I just gotta cross-pose this with my website over there, so there you go. Alright, so I can see possibly comments over there. Meanwhile, tune your guitars. Come and jam with me. I'm gonna lay down some grooves in my looper and show you box. Here's the box. Let me see if you can see the box. Here's the box. Ooh. And I don't know if you can see it, so let me just make it bigger all over screen. So those are the strings over here. The lowest one is actually on the top. So you have like E6, that's the thickest string, A, D, G, B, and E1, and those here are frets. 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. Those little dots are your notes that you gotta play. So you play this one, then you play 8th fret, then you go to the 5th fret A string, then you play this one, and it goes zigzagging like this. And you go backwards. So let me show you. Make it smaller. Say, let me see. Go back. Norm, where's your guitar? You got your guitar? I want to jam on drums. Normal. This is the first box that I ever learned, and there was a guitar player. He told me, man, you gotta learn that scale. I said, which one? He said, this one. Norm is in the bass. Are you getting ready with a guitar or drums? What are you gonna play, Norm? Pick up your dusty guitar. Anyway, so he told me, like, man, if you learn this scale, and you just go like up and down, and you just keep going up and down, up and down. It's kind of boring process, but eventually I'm combining some other one, but it's the same scale. So this pentatonic scale is so present in so many different styles, and and it's really used in a lot of like in the blues. Like the thrill is gone, that kind of stuff. So if you really learn this scale, it would be like cool. You can noodle all day long. Just put a little bit on a chord is A minor. So basically play A minor, then you play open E string, then the G note here. Just lay down a looper. So if I slow down, you can even slow down. So you have like a open A, and then you play the A minor chord. Then you play open E, and then G tone, 3rd fret on E string, the thickest one. So you have it. Open A, and the chord, open E, and you play a G note here, 3rd fret. So I'm playing like all quarters. So wait, 1, 2, and 3, and yeah, I'm playing all quarters. So just to simplify, you can spice it up later. You can. But just for at the beginning, like maybe you can just like go really slow. Like you have one chord, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so you can play it. Just to simplify it. And go really slow until you get a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. So it's like a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Alright, Norm got his guitar out. Norm, did you tune your guitar? We're gonna let Norm tune his guitar, and meanwhile we're gonna lay down this groove. It's gonna be kind of slow. So once again, you have like open. The chord is A minor, right? So you have like, let's see. You know, you all know A minor. Well, I used to teach people, and the major problem is like sometimes they press just not with the fingertips, but maybe the strings are muted. So try to go vertically as much as you can. Keep your like your thumb somewhere here in the middle of the in the middle of the neck, back of the neck, so over there. Depends how big your hand is. So okay, we have a A minor. So you have like the first quarter is open A string, second string from the top. So you have like 1 and 2 and so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you have an open A string, then you play a chord, then you have open E string, and you play a third fret on E string, which is tone G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Norm has his guitar tune close enough. All right, Norm, you ready? Let's jam. So once again, yeah, chord is A minor, open A string, chord, open E string, third fret on the E string. That's the whole. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, I got my loop. And now we're gonna use this scale that we learned earlier. I gotta magnify this. Oops, let me just turn down this background music. So now that we mastered that chord, we have a scale. This is gonna blow. And so those dots are your notes on a fretboard. So I'm gonna turn a little bit lower and move over there. Okay. All right, so that red one is root. That's tone A. Tone A. That's a 5th fret on E6. That's E6. So that's the bottom one on the diagram. That's your top. So it's kind of like confusing at the beginning. So that E6. This is E6. So the next one is A and D and G and B, and then you have the bottom one on the guitar, and top one on the diagram is thinnest one. Those numbers here represent frets. Usually I put them in the Roman numerals, but you know, I don't know, sometimes even I get confused with the Roman numerals. So we have 5th fret, then 6th, 7th, 8th. And I didn't write the finger order, which means like, alright, so this is finger number 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, you put them like this, right? This on fret number 5, 6, 7, 8. And you just press those notes. Like on the first string here, we have like 5th fret, and then we have 8th fret. See those two. And then you go to the next one. Now those are like the blue ones. The next one. The next one. Then you have this one and that one. Then you have this one and that one. And you go backwards. Then you go that one. Then that one. So it's called box. Some people call it position, but position is more like this is first position because first fret. So just terminology. Or they call it pattern. You can call it whatever you want. Box, pattern, position. There are 5 of those, but I'm just focusing on one right now. I don't have so much time. So this is for A minor. And also C major. You can use it in C major too. I'm gonna show you how. You got a Norm? Okay. All right. Okay, let's do it. So this is how you practice. Okay. You just gotta keep going up and down until really it's kind of muscle memory kicks in. So, and try to alternate your like. Oh, you mean I'm slow too. I only had 1 coffee. Speaking of coffee, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm running out of coffee. Alrighty, so okay, this is important that you go like, okay, you strum down, and next one go up, then down and up, down and up, and down, up, down, up. So during my teaching, I remember students would want to play it right away fast, or some of them they just strum down, everything down. But yeah, alternate picking, right? So some of them that really want to play it right away, and then they just go in and it sounds like not really clean. But some of them they just want to pick down because this is the easiest one at the beginning. But you can't really play so fast eventually. So really, if you go really slow, you don't have to focus on the speed at the beginning. You just go like, you just alternate like down, up, the next one, down, up, the next one, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And check this out, like, okay, when you start with this first one, you go down, right, and you go up. And basically, okay, gravitation just pull this right away down, and then you just go up, and then what I do, I keep my hand here close to the strings. Cool, yeah. So I don't go here. That's like some gypsy guys, like gypsy jazz. They go like somewhere here, like I don't know, like because of, I guess, attack or volume. But that's a different technique, and it's really advanced. So I keep my hand really close, basically, so I can control my strings, especially if you're just starting. So you don't want to like strum, going all over the place. So just keep your hand close to the right one, close to the strings, and just go slow, really slow. And if you go really slow, eventually you'll be able to go faster, because it's all about muscle memory. And don't worry if you, this is what I have so many like observation from my students, like, yeah, but I don't sound so cool, don't worry, this is just the beginning, so just keep going, just keep practicing the scale. And then later on, you can pick up whatever random notes you want to pick up. You can play, like, you can skip one string. So I skip this one. Or you can add notes or subtract notes. Like, for example, you add them, like, I don't know, like, see, this is the note from the scale, but you add, and you subtract, like, see what I mean? Like, but in order to really make cool patterns on your own, you gotta really be familiar with the scale, and that your hand and muscle memory really knows what's going on, that you don't have to think about scale. So you really gotta get familiar with that scale. So I don't know, 5 minutes a day, that's it. It's a boring exercise, but this is what you gotta do. Just go up and down like this. Oh, yeah. See, I gotta practice too. And then later on, you can make cool, like you can skip maybe pattern, like see how the pattern goes, like this one. You can play maybe like those two notes, like. See, I just went down, like I play like. And okay, see those red dots? Those are your roots. So it's really cool. I mean, to be on a safe side, you kind of want to like end on those roots, you know. Oh, you have electric. Well, okay. Jimi Hendrix, Norm. What electric guitar do you have? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'm working on some plan. Like I gotta probably start like selling some little like online tutorials. But if you really you know, take lessons from me, like if you're just beginner, just like you can learn that on YouTube. There's no reason to spend money on that. But if you want to like pick up a few tricks and improve your phrasing, music theory, let me know. We can do like a little lessons, like online lessons. I can send you some backing tracks and you guys can practice and that kind of stuff. But in oh, it's a Washburn. Ooh, looks like an Explorer. Oh man, you know what? I think I can bring you. I don't know how to do that, but I can bring you. I can bring you a camera on my screen, but I don't know how. That'll be cool to see that Explorer. Fred Pavlovich, ladies and gentlemen. Where's your guitar, Fred? So that's like a little like okay, let's summarize this. So first we had like that chord, right? A minor, and we played it as a quarters. So the open A string is like a 1, and then you play chord 2 and then open E string 3 and then third fret on a G string 4 and. So basically you don't even have to move your left hand so much. You can even use pinky. I've seen some people use pinky sometimes. Like, see what I mean? Like you don't have to move nothing. Once you lock. Alright, Norm, you keep on practicing, okay? See you next time, Norm. So that's like really, so you lock A minor here and you play like open A string. Oops. Oh yeah, my bad. So you lock A minor here and you play open A, then open E, then the third fret. You can use pinky if you like. So if you don't want to move your fingers. And if you have a looper, so okay, you gotta press like start recording when you hit like open A strings, like, so that's where you press looper to start recording. And then you press looper again to stop recording on the same note. Alright, so now that we have a loop, now we can focus on that again, the pentatonic scale. So I'm turn that a little down. So right, so you see all the strings. It's E, A, D, G, B, and E1, and those are frets on top, and the red dots are roots. just to get familiar with the scale, you can just pick them down, 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 and everything. But it would be really cool if you start working on like down, up, then you go down, up, down, up, down, up, and just gotta keep going down, up, down, up, down, up. And you can play like 8 notes, like for example, like down, up. Might be too fast. Okay, you can play first, maybe start. Well, if you're an advanced player, you can do it. But if you're just starting, then maybe you can do like one note, like 1/4, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you go backwards. 3 and 4. So you stay in a groove. It's really boring in the beginning, but you really have to get familiar with notes, with the scale, with the shape. Then later on you can do it maybe as 8s, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And 5, okay. Doesn't have 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and so on, so on, so on. And don't worry if you think this sounds kind of sterile and not really organic, but this is the whole idea, that you really get familiar with the scale. And then later on you can add notes to the scale. See what I mean? Like right there, that's one phrase. Like. See, I landed on the root. That's like that little red dot over there. It's always good at the beginning, maybe, to land on the root. So if this is a minor chord, all those red notes over there, they are like roots. So this is the root, this is the root, this is the root. So if you make phrase like, so yeah, I land on the root, right? It's the same note. Okay, so what I did here, I just subtracted the note to the box. So I mean, this is the note for the box, and I just took like. So you can do like that kind of stuff. Just to make it a little more interesting, or maybe play 2 notes at the same time, like for example these 2. So yeah, well, on the root again. Still on the root. And of course you can play a little bit out of time to make it a little more interesting, like instead of like playing all the time like rhythmically, like you can do like, see what I mean, like. Okay, I was using little thrills here. Like I said, you can add some. And I let it on the roots. So. I went a little bit out of time. And a little phrase. You can bend notes too. Those are 12s, kind of tough to bend. Of course, vibrato too. See, I bend this one. That's like a G over here, the 7th fret on G. It's a typical blues riff. Or you can band string and then let it ring, you know. face too. Yeah, I play like a outer pattern notes over here, like play like the last note on a G string of the pattern and the last note of the B string of the pattern together. See the same thing. So yeah, those are two notes over here, from the pattern, like the edge of the pattern. Like you see, it's the first note of the pattern and the last note of the pattern. Well, yeah, for jazz, no rules in jazz. All right, for more advanced lessons, please contact somebody who's a jazz player. But you can land on a different route. Let me see. This is how it's gonna sound. If I land on the note from the chord. See, A minor has A, C, and E. So if I make a phrase, ain't not bad. Okay, this is the fifth. This is tone E from A minor. So I just, instead of landing on the root, I landed on the fifth interval, which is the 5 is like a 5 is the oh yeah, this is absolutely, feel free to steal everything. Everything is for free. So let me see if you land. Okay, 5 is the fifth tone in A minor is made out of 1. This is the root 1. Then interval number 3. That's a minor 3, and there's a 5. So you can make some notes there and land instead of like instead of landing on the root, like see, this is root, right? All those red dots are roots on a diagram. Well, let me see if I land on a fifth, for example. Alright, see, I landed on the fifth. So let me land on the 3 now, which is tone C. That's this one, that's on a G string. I mean, you can do it. So yeah, I'm landing on even on the 4 now. But kind of like making like a little tension, and then I still go back to the root. Kind of like you make a little phrase or question or something like, I don't know. See what I mean? Like, so I'm subtracting now the note that is not in the scale. Or I can pre-bend, and drop it down like. So I landed on 5 now. This is tone E. Now I'm back on root. So you can go back and forth, make it more interesting, like conversation. This is 3 now, right? This is tone C. That's the interval number 3 in A minor chord. So I play the last note of the pattern on the string G and B. Again, like subtracting like note. Or adding note. See, I just add here, and then I subtract a note. Then you can thrill a little bit with a pinky or whatever. See what I mean? and you can add. This is the major 3 interval from the A, so you really want to land there. You just want to maybe like just a little decoration. And of course, playing out of time, right? See it, not all the time. Like, so I went octave, like down and up on the root, like. Typical, like, right? Yeah, okay. That's a big depression right here. Alright, so I'll play like the 7th fret on A string, and then I went to the 5th fret on D, and then 5th fret on G, like as a kind of getting zigzagging, like. Okay, so see what I did. I slid all over to the next one, right? That's the same tone, like, and you can go over the fret if you like, or you can. See how you can do like. You can also bend like this note, right? Okay, you can bend a whole like step fill if you can. I can't. This is a 12th, but you can bend like maybe a quarter, man, between the almost like half a note. See what I mean? Just to make a little bit out of tune. So it tricks your ear, like you're bending all the way, like kind of like you're emulating, like, but instead of like that would be chromatically. Ah, yeah, it's a typical one, like. And I've seen some people when play blues, and I think it's probably better, you know, not to use pinky. I just got a habit. Just go with the 3 fingers. I think you have better control when you play just with 3 fingers. I don't know. Acoustic guitar is kind of tough because those are 12s, but. I think it's better for vibrato too, like. To me, it doesn't really make so much difference. That does not make so much difference because I guess I've been playing for so long. But of course, if you're just starting, you know, the pinky is the weakest finger, so maybe when you practice this scale, if you're a blues player, probably you might want to do it like this, like. I think it's easier, and a lot of great players use just 3 fingers, you know, especially for pentatonic. Gary Moore Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, B.B. King, Albert, like lots of them. But if you want to like practice your pinky, you can practice the scale like with the pinky if you like. Instead of like, see what I mean? Like. Alright, so let me see. Let's summarize one more time. We have that A minor, right? And if you have a looper, that'll be cool. If you don't have a looper and you want this little backing track to practice, just let me know. I'll shoot you like send me like a private message, and I'll send you like a little like whatever 5 minutes track, and you can just noodle this pentatonic. So okay, so you have an A minor, right? So you have an A minor, you play like A open string, then chord, then you have open E string, and then you play here. You can do it with the pinky, you can do it with this one if you like, depends. So they're all quarters, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You can speed up if you like. If you want to play, if you want to record on a looper, you gotta start recording right when you hit this A string, and then you're gonna press looper one more time to stop when you hit again A string. So check this out. So that's how you get like an even loop, you know, just gonna keep going. And you can like jam. Yeah, you can repeat licks. Make a little phrasing, like little melodies, and repeat them. Still going the root. This is 3 now, right? Root. 3 is the interval 3 from A minor chord, which is tone C. So you can land on either roots, those like little like red dots on a diagram. Those are roots, and you can land on those any of those notes, right? So for example, I'm gonna land on a higher. See what I mean? I'm landing in the middle, right? That's 7th fret on D string. That's A, tone A, also root. Root, right? Again, root, right? Just octave up. Root, but lower, right? So sometimes you can land on interval number 3, which is tone C, or even interval number 5, which is tone E. And maybe one phrase you land there, kind of make a little tension, and then the next phrase you land on root just to release the tension. For example, I'm gonna land first on interval number 5, let's say. See, like it's got a tangent. Resolving. Now it's interval C. Back to root. Okay, now I just split like intervals 5 and 3 to make tangent, so I can resolve back to A on root. So I landed first on E, then landed a little bit on C, and then went back to A. This is E, C, back to A, root. So I split the phrasing like too much effects. So I just split the phrasing. So I would go and split the phrasing. Like first I would land on interval number 5, E, make little notes, whatever. This is the C. Go back to A. Now it's opposite. See what I mean? So now I did the opposite. I went first to the C, then I went to the E, and then I end up in A. Like. C, right? Back to A. Alright, folks. Well, that's all for today. I gotta do some other stuff. And if you like to have some lessons one-on-one, let me know. I'll tell you the price. If not, then I'll see you probably next time. And keep practicing. You have a lot of stuff to practice. Get some looper and just keep on jamming. So that's it. See you next time. Press frets and wait. Squeaky chair.